You spent 3 hours scrolling motivation quotes last night. Again. Your problem? Still there this morning. And here's what nobody's telling you. You're not lacking motivation. You're lacking a system to build strength when everything feels like it's falling apart. Today, I'm giving you that system. Let me guess. You read the self-help books, tried the morning routines, downloaded the meditation apps, and the second life hits you with something real, a layoff, a breakup, a failure that actually costs you something. All that positive mindset stuff just evaporates. Because here's the lie they sold you. Mental toughness is something you're born with. You either have it or you don't. That's garbage. In 2018, I lost my first business, $40,000 in debt. I remember sitting in my car at 2 a.m. crying, thinking, I'm just not strong enough for this. I was wrong. I wasn't weak. I just didn't know the rules. Here's what blew my mind. Navy SEALs have a 70% dropout rate during Hell Week, but researchers studied the 25% who made it. They don't have superior genetics. They don't have higher IQs. They have one thing, a mental framework. And that framework? It's trainable, measurable, repeatable. Today, I'm breaking down 5 rules from that framework. Not theory, protocol. So here's the truth. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you build, like a muscle. And just like working out, there's a specific protocol. You don't need thicker skin. You need a stronger system. Let me show you how to build it. Rule number 1, the 10-second reset. When something breaks, a deadline missed, a rejection, bad news, your brain has 10 seconds before it decides, fight, flight, or freeze. Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford calls this the autonomic response window. Here's the protocol. The second you feel the hit, say out loud, "This is happening, I'm handling it." That's it. 10 seconds, 2 sentences. Why does this work? Because your brain can't panic and problem solve at the same time. You're interrupting the panic spiral before it starts. When my client Sarah got laid off last month, she didn't spiral for 3 days like last time. She used the reset. Back in action within 2 hours. Rule number 2, the micro-win strategy. When you're in crisis mode, your brain is looking for evidence. Evidence that you're failing, that it's hopeless, that you should quit. You need to flip the script. Here's how. Every day, complete one task, no matter how small, that moves you forward. Not fix everything, just one win. Dr. Teresa Amabile at Harvard studied 12,000 work diary entries. She found that progress, even tiny progress, is the #1 factor in maintaining resilience under pressure. Your micro-win could be sending one email, updating your resume, or a 20-minute walk. The content doesn't matter. The pattern does. You're training your brain to see, I'm still moving, I'm still capable. Quick pause. If this is making sense, hit like. It tells me you want more real talk strategies, not just feel-good content. Rule number 3, the failure inventory. This one's counterintuitive. Most people try to forget their failures. Mentally tough people, they document them. Here's the protocol. Keep a simple list. Every time something goes wrong, write what happened, what I did, what I learned. That's it. 3 lines. Why? Because the next time you hit a wall, you have proof you've survived walls before. Navy SEALs call this stress inoculation. You're building a mental database of resilience. I have 47 entries in my inventory. Every single one reminds me, you thought that would end you. You're still here. Rule number 4, energy boundaries. Mental toughness isn't about powering through everything. It's about knowing where to spend your limited energy. Here's what breaks people. They fight every battle. They respond to every crisis. They carry everyone's problems. 6 months later, burnt out, broken. The protocol. Every morning, identify your non-negotiables. The 3 things that must happen today for you to stay stable. Everything else? Negotiable. Stanford research shows that people who protect their core 3 show 60% higher stress resilience than those who try to do everything. For me, sleep, training, deep work. If something threatens those three, the answer is no, no matter who's asking. Rule number 5, the 40% rule. This one comes straight from Navy SEAL training. When your brain says, "I'm done," you're only at 4% of your actual capacity. 60% of what you're capable of is still available. You just don't know how to access it. Here's how you train it. Next time you want to quit something, a workout, a project, a hard conversation, pause and ask, "Can I do 10 more?" Not 50, not doubling down, just 10, 1 more rep, 5 more minutes, 1 more revision. You're not trying to become a superhero overnight. You're expanding your quit point by tiny increments. Over time, your 40% becomes 50%, then 60%, and suddenly, you're the person who doesn't break when things get hard. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I already tried positive thinking and growth mindset. It didn't work when I actually hit a crisis. I get it. I tried that too. Positive thinking is great until your bank account hits 0. Here's the difference. Positive thinking says, everything will be fine. Mental toughness says, I don't know if it'll be fine, but I know I can handle whatever comes. One is hoping, the other is training. And maybe you're thinking, I don't have time to train my mind when I'm already in crisis mode. That's exactly when you need it most. These aren't 30-minute meditation sessions. Rule 1, 10 seconds. Rule 2, 5 minutes a day. You're not too busy to build mental toughness. You're too overwhelmed not to. Let me leave you with this. The strongest people you know, they're not the ones who never fell. They're the ones who built a system to get back up. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start building the person who is ready. But here's the problem. Mental toughness breaks down if you don't know how to recover. Next week, the 3-phase recovery protocol that Navy SEALs and Olympic athletes actually use. Hit the bell so you don't miss it. Comment tougher if you're done chasing motivation and ready to become the person who doesn't break when life does. Subscribe, because this isn't about feeling good for 10 minutes. It's about becoming unshakable for life. See you in the next one.